What if Russia isn't bluffing about war? The truth of the matter is, right here in the United States of America, many of our leaders are provoking the Russians, and specifically Putin, into war. In fact, I believe that we here in the United States had our hands in some of the riots that were caused in Kazakhstan. Not only that, but NATO has already agreed to, well, accept in Ukraine the one thing that Putin doesn't want. Are we provoking Russia into war, and is World War III about to break out? But before I get into the report, just a quick break. Weight management is a universal struggle, and many people wonder why weight loss becomes harder after the age of 20. What most people don't realize is that after we turn 20, our body's metabolism slows down about 4% every single decade. By the time that we're 50, we'll have a 10% or more drop in our metabolism. This is why I highly recommend BioTrust Keto Powder at ketowithlisa.com. This amazing powder has helped me lose more weight in a short amount of time than anything else that I have tried. Much like the keto diet, this powder can help raise levels of fat-burning ketones, except without the drawbacks of cutting carbs completely. I started seeing improvements with as little as 1 scoop a day. In fact, many of my friends and family members noticed my weight loss and gave me compliments on it. This stuff has really made my weight loss easy, and it's so easy to use. All you have to do is take 1 scoop of the powder like I have here, and you can add it in your coffee, or you can even add it in your shake in the morning. I use coffee because I am a massive coffee drinker, but then all you do is stir it up, and it has little to no clumps, really doesn't really clump at all. You can't taste it. It's a tasteless powder. As you can see here, it very easily mixes in, and then all you have to do is enjoy it. Really good stuff. But if you want to check it out, all you have to do is go to ketowithlisa.com. That's ketowithlisa.com. They've got up to 51% off of this amazing product, and right now, they even have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So check it out right now at ketowithlisa.com and take advantage of free shipping, free VIP health and fitness coaching, and of course, a free new e-report there. But with that, check it out at ketowithlisa.com. And if you want more information, it's in the description box below. All right, back to the broadcast. So how close are we really to World War III? And why are Western leaders constantly provoking the Russian bear? It's almost as if they want to go to war. Maybe Joe Biden wants to distract from his failed policies. We all know that he's desperately failing in his poll numbers. And we also know that the economy is on the brink of failure. And globalist leaders like to use war to, well, build up the economy. But bottom line here is there's lots of tension between the United States of America, Russia, Ukraine, and NATO. And it looks like we are on the brink of some pretty terrifying war talk. And we also know the Bible talks about wars and rumors of wars. Which direction are we headed? Well, let's start first with some of the military buildup over in Russia. Take a look at this first article here on thesun.co.uk. War on the border. Russia is sending ballistic missiles and snipers to Ukraine's border in terrifying World War III threat. Here's another, and this is on RT News. Russia won't withdraw missiles from Kaliningrad, Kremlin. Moscow has stressed that it can do as it wishes on its own soil. We also have dailymail.co.uk. Russia is sending troops and military vehicles to Belarus in move likely to increase fears of Ukraine invasion ahead of Putin's war games with ally Lukashenko. And we also have MSM. Moscow claims that everything is normal after report says that Russia has been quietly emptying out its diplomatic outpost in Ukraine. Now, the only reason that you would be, well, emptying out your diplomatic outpost and building up along the border is because you are preparing for war or preparing against an attack. One of the two is absolutely on the horizon. We also know, as response to what Russia is doing, Ukraine is also building up. Take a look at this Daily Mail article here. British troops are sent to Ukraine. High-tech weapons and training personnel are dispatched amid amid fears of Russia invasion, but Berlin bans the RAF planes from German airspace and repeats vow to do everything to avoid the escalating crisis. Not only that, but we also know just this past week that there were cyber attacks that happened specifically to Ukraine. Take a look at this article, and this is on Reuters.com. Be afraid. Ukraine hit by cyber attack as Russia moves more troop. Kiev says around 70 government sites have been hit by the cyber attack. U.S. officials are concerned Russia is laying ground for invasion. Moscow says it will take military action unless demands are met. And NATO says it will sign cyber cooperation pact with Kiev. And we already know that this cyber attack is being blamed on Russia. And here it is, the sun.co.uk. Coming storm, Russia invasion of Ukraine is inevitable and imminent, warns MP as Kiev blames Putin for cyber attack amid World War III. So right now they are blaming Putin for the cyber attack. However, I'm going to say this. I don't think the United States of America should be taken off the table. Did they have their hands in the cyber attack? I'm not sure. But in my opinion, which is my opinion, I do believe that the Biden administration may have had something to do with that. Again, as I stated earlier in my report, there is desperation from Biden. He is clinging at everything in order to distract us from his failed policies, from the fact that he's failing in his poll numbers, and the fact that the United States of America, our economic system, is literally obliterated, and we are having these massive inflation and shipping crisis. And now there's talk of adding war on top of all of that, thanks to some of the Biden administration policies, who, by the way, I believe the Biden administration has the worst foreign policies of any president we have ever had. And this is why I think we're seeing some of the tension with NATO, the United States, and Russia. Why are we getting so involved in that is the question here. But I do feel like there's desperation from the Biden administration in order to take us down a war path as a distraction. And I believe this could spark World War III. But meanwhile, there are some slap on the hands that the Biden administration is threatening Russia with. Take a look at some of that here. This is on Daily Mail. Blinken urges diplomatic resolution during call with Russian foreign minister and stresses that Americans' commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty amid growing fears Russia is set to invade after amassing 100,000 troops on the border. Here's another one. Blinken, after that, is headed to Ukraine and Germany as tensions with Russia continue to mount. They're going to try to talk it down. We also have this, and this is on RT News. U.S. officials threaten Russia with sharp pain inflicted very fast. And here's the sharp pain they're talking about. The U.S. has some 18 different scenarios up its sleeve to react to any form of Russia attack on Ukraine. Leading official Victoria Nuland has warned, promising to inflict sharp pain on Moscow should they make a move. And here's what she actually said. I'm not going to preview our 18 different scenarios. I would simply say that our commitment and the conversation that we had with our allies is around inflicting very sharp pain very fast if Russia makes this move in any form. So the United States of America is threatening to inflict pain, which could go one of 18 different ways there, according to Victoria, and that's the kind of pain they're talking about inflicting. Meanwhile, there's also rumors and talks of this. RT News, CIA trained special ops could fight Russians in case of Ukrainian invasion. And then we also have this, and this is on DNYUZ.com. U.S. considers backing of insurgency after battling one. So that's obviously on the table. And the kicker here is this all is hinging on Ukraine being a member of NATO. And this is the whole thing. I think there's an easier way to solve this, but either way, this is what Russia is so upset about. This is why Russia is amassing their military, as you saw in some of the pictures that I just showed. But NATO has already decided that they're going to be a member. They just haven't put a stamp on the date of when they're going to do that. And here it is, Sputnik News. NATO's already decided to make Ukraine and Georgia members. However, they did not say when that would occur. Meanwhile, Russia is literally running out of patience. And here's this from their own mouths. And this is on Radio Free Europe. We have run out of patience. They are calling for the West to respond quickly to Kremlin demands. Quickly to Kremlin demands. So this could all blow out of the water if something were to happen between Russia and Ukraine. And there's already talk, according to a report that I did a couple of days ago, and I want to add an opinion on that because there's something that I thought of after the fact, and it's this little number here, and this is on Military News. Russia may attack itself in FF, frame Ukraine to justify invasion. So there's also the potential, I'm going to add, that some other country, say the United States of America, could be the one that ignites that. In fact, we've got Operation Northwoods here in the U.S. that has happened with before. But I'll leave that ultimately for you to decide. Obviously, we don't know which way the cookie crumbles. And ultimately, we just have to wait and see how things pan out. And I'd love to get your thoughts and opinions on that as well. With that, I love all of you. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel here. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.